I realized the Mayan calendar cannot be wrong. It is simply the system that tracks the evolution of consciousness. And consciousness is as malleable and permeable as all that exists. It unfolds in the myriad ways we see, from crazy murderers to the most beautiful saintly beings, and the most delicate flower to the most jarring beast at the bottom of the sea. And all of it is consciousness incarnate. And so with these two calendars, all of a sudden I began to realize that the traditional was like the roots reaching deep into our past, nurturing and feeding off of the ancestors and the elements and all of the wisdom of all ancient creation. And then the contemporary dream spell was like the trunk and the branches and the leaves and the fruit, and we hold the weddings and we share the food and we enjoy the shade. And one gives us grounding, and it roots us into our mother and into our elemental nature, which is still just a divine dream hologram, but is the play of divine light. And then the dream spell is our amazing imagination reaching into the future for all the wondrous things we may become, which are not predefined. We are consciousness evolving second by second. And that's why are we being authentic with every decision? Are we being present with how we really want to face a certain situation in our life? Are we really being present with the energy of another and being able to completely embrace that particular moment and that particular interaction in the most true and powerful way? And so this whole thing comes back to the practice. For me, the practice of the Mayan calendar, which is my profession, I have been doing for 18 years. I do readings with people, and I connect with their essence and their being and channel back to them their own heart and their own knowing. And so every person is always like, I already knew it. I've already been doing it. I'm like, of course. You are divine. You are God. You can never step out of beat. You can never be off track. You can never make one mistake. It is impossible. Woo! Mistakes are an aberration. They do not exist. Everything how the world is right now is exactly how we are choosing it to be because of the power we are claiming. We are riding the dragon, and this is our eternal awakening, and we have been doing it for all of infinity, and we will never stop. So connecting to every moment, maybe making every real decision. And if we need the practice, if we need the tools, if we need the skills, if we need to be able to connect with our elders who have worked so hard to inherit to us the jewels and the pearls of wisdom of their tears and their sweat and all the wars and all of the amazing cataclysms and everything that has been, we get to drink it as the nectar. And we get to be like the baby hummingbirds, feeding on all of these amazing tears and sweat and blood and babies born and killed. And this is what we feed off of. And so this whole thing is about connecting with the divine radiance of the masculine and the feminine, and how as feminine beings or masculine beings and a combination of the two, we get to be here and serve each other through love and be completely able to give our divine gifts to one another by first cultivating our connection with the divine in our own divine marriage, then surrendering to our practice and the total embracing of our learning and our unfolding, and then gifting our divine surplus, our divine fruits, our divine flowers, our divine nectar to one another in a way that can bring each other out of forgetfulness, can bring each other out of darkness, can bring each other out of feeling down one day. And you don't do this, or I don't do this, because you're being cute or you're so hot. No, it has nothing to do with whether the other person is attractive or you even want to see them. They might be total assholes, but that doesn't matter. Because we are the divine heart and divine consciousness, and we are here to completely open and blossom each other in absolute radiant surrender.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh!